Welcome everybody to the Indie Pod Daily. I'm your host, Super Joe Pardo. I didn't click on my face to bring up the video, so you didn't hear all the intro music, but that's okay. Mistakes happen, and that's what I wanted to do, to show all of you that mistakes do absolutely happen. Because otherwise, I should have had my video up, and I should have had it like this, and then at least you could have heard the music while I'm saying welcome everybody to the Indie. Yeah. All right. So anyway, how are you all feeling today? Pop in the chat where you are listening, watching from. I'd love to hear from you on this Tech Tuesday. Today, I am talking about this microphone, the Shure SM7B, why I like it a lot, and why I upgraded from the Blue Yeti specifically to this microphone. You may or may not know the reason. I've mentioned the reason in the past, but you may or may not know the reason. Now, before we get into that, this episode is brought to you. Oh, hey, what's going on? I'm not sure who Facebook user is. You need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook to enable it so I can see who is speaking in right here. Oh, it's Kira. Hi, Kira. I see that because I switched over. But anyway, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can see who is watching, or, when I can see who the comments are coming from. This episode is brought to you by Indie Pod University. You want to get over 100 hours of podcasting resource videos, go to indiepoduniversity.com and sign up today. Get a 7-day free trial. And it starts at just $9.99 a month or $99 a year. Also, if you don't know, June 27th, we're hosting the Monetize Your Podcast Conference. It's a virtual conference designed for you to learn all the different ways that you can be monetizing your podcast. Also, if you haven't heard the announcement, Icon 6 live from the backyard is taking place September 12th. It's limited to 50 live in-person tickets, but there is live stream tickets that will be available. You can go check it out right now if you're like one of those early people that want to go check it out. Go to indiepodcasters.com/icon6. I'm still working out some of the bits and pieces of it. You can go and apply there too if you want to speak, and if you might want to do it soon. The price will be going up in about a week, so you don't want to wait and sit back on getting your ticket if you're planning on attending live. If you want to get the streaming ticket, I would definitely get that sooner rather than later, because the price will definitely be going up from what it is right this second. All right, so one last thing. YourIconGear.com. You can get 10% off with promo code IPP. This is one of the shirts that are available through YourIconGear.com. Go check it out. Lots of podcasting apparel and stickers and hats and things like that there. So why did I choose to upgrade from a Blue Yeti to this? Now, one of the comments here says because it sounds like a butt, apparently, compared to virtually every other mic made for podcasting or audio recording in general. Now, I'm not going to go and say that that's 100% true, because I did use a Yeti for the first 2 years of my podcasting journey, and I loved it. I used it in a bunch of different ways. We did I created a audio drama. We used it to record some of that, and all of that, it goes into making it easy to just like put it on, click it into all room mode, and sit in a quiet room and do the readings. At least you have an easy way of recording the whole room that's sounding pretty decent. But the reason I decided to switch out to move to the Shure SM7B was because of the fact that the further I get away from the mic, the harder it is to hear me. And because we just had our first kid, right? So after 2 years of having a Yeti and dealing with like, okay, it's really bright, and if I turn it all the way down, I could kind of use it even when people are mowing the lawn out in front, behind, left, right, everywhere. I mean, it seems like a never-ending chain of lawnmowers that go off in the when you live in suburbia during the summertime. So I decided to like look in like, okay, how do I what kind of mic should I get? And I wanted something that was professional and all that, because I wanted the look, but I also wanted something that kind of blocked out the other sounds and sounded good, because I was also in a room that was mostly hard surfaces. I was not a sound treated room at all. At least now we're starting to get some sound treatments in here. You can kind of see those black boxes behind me. There's quite a few in front of me, and yeah, so I'm working on definitely dampening this room up. This new studio that I put together pretty heartedly here. So I have some, actually tomorrow I'm supposed to be putting the more panels together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because I want to kill the echo as much as possible. But anyway, the reason for the mic. Hey Tim, hey Justin. Let's see. The Joe Pardo Real Talk. The SM7B is a godly mic if set up right, and I've never regretted upgrading to it. I have a bad view of Yeti since they put these things in the hands of novice podcasters who have no idea what they've actually purchased. I call them every podcaster's first $100 mistake. Yeah, no, it totally can be a mistake. I mean, it's super bright, being a condenser mic and all that. So it's tough. It's tough, right? Like, you want something that sounds good, but the thing is most people don't have a room set up for sounding good. And with that said, like, I didn't have a sound treated room that I was recording in most of that time. So, and I was just getting started. So like when I would do these interviews, like I would just pop on the mic into the interview mode, and it worked, right? It ultimately didn't really sound that great, and it was a pain to edit, because like we're editing one track. But yeah, and Justin, I'll get to your question in a minute here. So yeah, so it's not look. This isn't supposed to be a bash the Yeti microphone thing. I'll do another episode talking about that. But I think I sold all my Blue Yetis, because I had two of them at one point. But I would say that it's better than nothing. But for $100, like the $100 that it costs, you should totally be looking at getting a different microphone. Like the one that's behind me here is an ATR 2100. Like, I would be spending the money on that, because you will have that for a lot longer and want to use that mic for a lot longer. It's also a lot lighter. When you had the Blue Yeti, I had it on an arm, and it was like kind of dangling, and it just was not very secure most of the time. It wasn't great. Was not great. So this microphone is heavy, and at some point I will talk about the boom arm that I use with it. It is a Rode one, for anyone that's wondering. That's why there's a Rode strap there, Velcro strap. So yeah, so this microphone, it was the mic that Thriller was recorded on. It's used all over the industry. It's used, if you ever watch like the Breakfast Club radio show, like that YouTube videos, they're all using this mic. The one downside to this mic, I would say, is at one point I had two of them, and the problem with having a second one is that when your guests aren't used to knowing how to talk on it, they start to sit back a little bit, and they don't like talk right into it, and then you're like, hey, like you're trying to like coax them back to the mic. Like, that's one of the downsides of having a mic it's a close talker, right? And they just don't know. So they don't know what they don't know, and that creates an issue for you as both the producer and the interviewer to like, I got to stop it and tell them like, hey, you need to sit up to the mic, sit up straight, all these things that you would hope that everyone would know, but they just don't know, especially if they're not used to talking on a podcast or at least into this mic on a regular basis. So real quick, Justin, what's up? Justin asked what camera am I using? I am using the Canon M50, and it has the 22 millimeter f2.0 lens on it, and it's pretty bright. I gotta get a shade for this window here, because it's like totally blowing out this table behind me. But actually, I think this should be actually a little bit like that. I don't know. I've been playing around trying to get it dialed into like just the right amount of DJ equipment and the door that's to my right and all that stuff. So yeah, so that's the camera that I'm using, and I'm using it with the beta software, the EOS, however you say, EOS webcam beta utility, which works pretty well. I mean, it definitely is not the super smoothest. Like I definitely notice some drop frames from time to time, but for being a free upgrade on a thing that you already own, and in my case was sitting in my bag a lot and just gathering dust, I have this setup that enables me to have these great looking, backgrounds, my face looking great and all that. Yeah, so that's that. But anyway, as far as the SM7B, I just wanted something that was more of a close talker. Wasn't going to pick up the whole house. Hey Tim, what's going on, man? We got to talk right after this call, or right after this thing. Yeah, so I would totally look at something like this if if you live in like a noisy apartment or noisy area, lots of lawnmowers and things going off. Like this is definitely that mic that you want to look at. I mean, there's plenty of other mics that you can get that are like real super or hyper cardioid patterns, which just means it picks up a really small focus point around it. But I would say that one of the best all around mics that you can get is this mic, especially for the price. Was it like $350 right now for the price? I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked. I think the price had actually gone up since I bought it. I bought mine back in 2016, and yeah, it's $399. I feel like when I bought it, it was cheaper than that. I feel like it was like $350 when I bought it, and I think I actually have two of them, and one I think I bought open box for like $225 or something like that. So yeah. And then in a future episode, we will talk about this little thing here, the Cloud Lifter, which I did not have much luck with out of the gate. But now that I have given it another try, I absolutely love it, and I'm glad that I have one. And it's a bit of a pricey upgrade, but this is some next level stuff, right? And there's other things I use with it, and I have a mixer, and I will get into all those in future Tech Tuesdays coming up in the next couple of weeks. Let me see here. Tomorrow I will be talking with Nick G, who is an icon in our community. We're going to talk about the craft of storytelling and how to utilize that skill and podcasting skills to drive business. Drive more business to your business. So I'm looking forward to that. On Thursday, I have one of our Icon members is going to be doing training Thursday with me, where we review all of her podcasting efforts and talk about things that she could be doing better and all of that. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we have Free Coaching Friday. So whatever questions you have, please bring them on Friday to Free Coaching to Figure It Out Friday. Where I will answer and review the past week and talk about, one of those, like maybe more in depth of a topic that came up during Wisdom Wednesday or Training Thursday. And then on Scholarship Saturday, look forward to finding out why I choose to wear headphones while I'm recording. It helps so much. So yeah, Cloud Lifters are great. I'll be giving one away soon. That's awesome. Who's Facebook user? Is that Jeremy Collins there? Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. That's awesome that you're giving one away. I absolutely appreciate that. Somebody is going to need that, and it's a great. And for a while there, I didn't have one. I used the gain that was just on the mixer, and it worked, but the mic was still very low compared to what it could be. And now with the Cloud Lifter, it just sounds so much better. It's just night and day difference. So I would definitely look at getting a Cloud Lifter. You don't have to have one, but Jeff, definitely if you're going to invest the money, I would recommend one for sure. All right, so that pretty much wraps up Tech Tuesday. Remember, We are June 27th is the next podcast conference, virtual podcast conference. It's Monetize Your Podcast. You can join if you want to speak. We have speaker spots available. Go to indiepodcasters.com/virtual and click on the apply button to speak. It's I think it's the top button on that page. We're also looking for sponsors for that. So you can click on the button under this thing, looking for sponsors. Click on that button. Check out the media kit. And we're looking forward to that. And I'm looking for sponsors for the Icon 6 Live from the Backyard event that's happening. I just got done putting the media kit, both of those media kits together today. So if you want to go check them out, see what it costs to sponsor, that we have sponsorships available for pretty much all, price ranges. So if you want to get involved and you want to be a partner, if you want to get your brand in front of literally thousands of podcasters, this is a way to do it. So go check it out, or reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Also, go check out indiepoduniversity.com for over 100 plus hours of podcasting resource videos. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Nick G. Talk to you later, everybody. And I hope that you lead with love.